Good morning, students. Again, we are here with the experiment of Dr. Heidegger, which we have been witnessing so far. Dr. Heidegger, when he has invited his friends to his study room, and he asked them to be of use, be of help to him on in a in an experiment which he's going to take. So we have seen that in the first leg of the experiment, Dr. Heidegger has a rose with him which was 55 years old and which was being put there among the pages of the magic book folio, and he has put it in that vase of the magic water, and it has survived. It has blossomed again, and that effect is quite tremendous, as we can say. And after that effect, he has mentioned about that fountain of this water, and then he said or asked his four venerable friends that now I ask you to drink this water, and then I want to see the effect upon you of this water of the fountain of youth. And he also mentions one thing, that please do have in your mind that now as you are going to be young again, so don't repeat the mistakes of the young age which we have already repeated, or which have formed our youth. But when he realized that the company was not interested much in his sermons or in his sayings, but in that liquid, then he offered them 4 glasses, one to each, to drink. Now, assuredly, there was an almost immediate improvement in the aspect of the party, not unlike what might have been produced by a glass of generous wine, together with the sudden glow of cheerful sunshine brightening over all their visages at once. He says, assuredly, for sure, there was almost immediate improvement in the aspect of the party. Party means those 4 people who have drunk that liquid, who have drunk that magic water, the water of the fountain of youth. So there was an immediate change in the aspects, in the physique, in the bodily structure of these 4 people, and not unlike what might have been produced by a glass of generous wine. And that effect was something different from the one which might have been experienced, which might have been seen while one have a glass of wine. When one drinks wine, then also he might have seen the upliftment of spirits or a jolly mood. But he says that this was not like that. This was something different. There was a sudden glow of cheerful sunshine brightening over all their visages at once. It appeared as if a new sunshine has been brightening over their appearances, over their bodies, over their face. There was a healthful suffusion on their cheeks instead of the ashen hue that had made them look so corpse-like. There was a healthful suffusion on their faces, means their faces were looked healthy, they looked more youthful, instead of that ashen glow which they have become quite ash-like, means they have become old. There was no glow in their faces, but now a youthful glow, a cheerful glow was shining on their faces. They gazed at one another and fancied that some magic power had really begun to smooth away the deep and sad inscriptions which Father Time had been so long engraving on their brows. And then they looked at each other, and they started to feel as if those lines ना, वो जो उनके चेहरे पे झुर्रियाँ थी, वो जो उनके चेहरे पे फादर टाइम के मार्क्स थे ना, अलग अलग जो भी मार्क्स हमारे शरीर पे, हमारे चेहरे पे ओल्ड एज की वजह से आ जाते हैं, झुर्रियाँ आ जाती हैं, स्किन जो है वो लूज हो जाती है, एंड इट seemed as if those marks are being erased. Some magic power is there which is smoothing those marks, which is erasing those marks which time has engraved there on their faces. The widow wisely adjusted her cap and she felt almost like a woman again. And that effect which is happening on their faces, that effect they are also feeling from inside also. Within their bodies, they are also feeling that vigor, that energy. And just because of that effect, what widow Wycherly do, that she just adjusted her cap and she felt almost like a woman again, not an old woman but a young woman she again felt for herself. Give us more of this wondrous water, cried they eagerly. And in a very eager tone, they all cried together that give us some more of this magical water. We are younger, but we are still too old. Quick, give us more. Though we are feeling a bit younger, but still we are much more old than what we want to be. So give us more of this water. Patience, patience, said Dr. Heidegger, who sat watching the experiment with philosophical coolness. And Dr. Heidegger, who have been sitting aside and watching the effect of his experiment on his subject, on these friends of his, he just told them with a philosophic coolness that okay, yes, I will give you it, but have patience. You have been a long time growing old. Surely you might be content to grow young in half an hour. And he says, as you have spent a very big time in growing old. Yes, it is quite true that we spend a very big time in growing old. So he says, in the similar manner, I request you to at least give half an hour in growing young again. I mean, because comparing to that period of this many years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, I just ask you to give half an hour to me. So don't be in a hurry, have patience. Surely you might be content to grow young in half an hour, but the water is at your service. He said, yes, what I feel is this, that as you have spent so many years to reach here, means to grow old, so surely you can spend a bit of time in growing young again, but still the water is at your service. Again he filled their glasses with the liquor of youth, enough of which still remained in the vase to turn half the old people in the city to the age of their own grandchildren. Now again, Dr. Heidegger has filled their glasses from that magical water, from that vase, and that vase contained that much amount of water in it, that much amount of that magic liquid in it, that he can turn half of the city in young again. While the bubbles were yet sparkling on the brim, the doctor's forced guests snatched their glasses from the table and swallowed the contents at a single gulp. And he says, while still those bubbles, we are being told that it had some effervescent quality, characteristic in it, in this water, that the bubbles come to the brim from the bottom and they lie there. So even before the bubbles come to the brim, the four guests have gulped their glasses. Means they have snatched them and they have emptied them in a very hurried manner. In such a hurried manner, they have taken those glasses and just emptied them and put them back on the table. Was it a delusion? Even while the draught was passing down their throats, it seemed to have wrought a change on their whole systems. So, was it a delusion or was it happening in reality? This is what the writer leaves to speculation. है ना, राइटर जो है उसने ये जो क्वेश्चन किया दैट वाज इट ए डिल्यूजन, इज इट सम काइंड ऑफ मैजिक, इज इट सम काइंड ऑफ we can say deceived, that we are unable to see the real thing, or is it happening in reality? This question he has left to speculation, है ना, हम अंदाज लगाएं, हम speculate करें कि what is it possible, is it really happening, or what was it? Because as the drops of the water were passing through their throats, है ना, it seemed to have brought a change on the whole of their systems, है ना, ऐसा लग रहा था. Was it a deception? Because we feel ना कि देखिए जैसे हम कोई दवा लेते हैं ना, इवन इफ वी हैड इंजेक्शन जो कि सीधा हमारी वेन में जाता है, सीधा हमारे बॉडी फ्लूइड्स में डायरेक्ट कंज्यूम होता है, वहाँ मिक्स हो जाता है, लेकिन तो भी हमें एक टाइम लगता है, हाफ एन आवर 1 hour in having the effect of that liquid, that fluid in our body. But the effect of this magic liquid was so quick that even while it was going down through their throats, है ना, जब ये उनके थ्रोट्स के थ्रू अंदर जा रहा था, even then it has effect on their systems. मतलब इतना क्विक इफेक्ट इसका हो रहा था कि जब ये उनके गले से नीचे उतर रहा था तभी ऐसा लग रहा था जैसे उनके जो सिस्टम्स हैं, बॉडीली सिस्टम जो हैं, वो प्रभावित हो रहे हैं. मतलब उन्होंने एक डिफरेंट वे में काम करना शुरू कर दिया, ऐसा लग रहा था. Their eyes grew clear and bright. अब देखिए कौन से सिस्टम पे क्या असर हो रहा है ना, what how their systems are being improved, वो बता रहा है that their eyes grew clear and bright. उनकी eyes which were dim and hazy, है ना, आंखें जिनसे वो क्लियर नहीं देख पा रहे थे, they grew bright and clear. A dark shade deepened among their silvery locks, and those silvery locks, those silvery hair which were gray so far, है ना, जो सफेद बाल थे, दे स्टार्ट डीपनिंग, ए डार्क शेड डीपन, है ना, दे स्टार्ट growing old again, growing black again. They sat around the table, 3 gentlemen of middle age and a woman hardly beyond her buxom price. And now they are those 4 people, they are sitting around the table, and he now describes them in that different way. 3 middle-aged gentlemen they were. How were they in the beginning? 3 old gentlemen, है ना, but now they are 3 middle-aged gentlemen and 1 lady hardly beyond her buxom prime, who has been in her prime, just beyond her prime means उसका जो प्राइम था, जो यूथ थी, उसकी जो यंग एज थी, उससे बस थोड़ा सा बियॉन्ड, मतलब थोड़ा सा ही उससे आगे, यानी दैट इफेक्ट. दे हैव 1 glass, they have slight effect, they have 2nd glass, they have more effect, and if they have 1 or 2 more glasses, they might grow quite young. My dear widow, you are charming, cried Colonel Killigrew, whose eyes had been fixed upon her face while the shadows of age were flitting from it like darkness from the crimson daybreak. And then at once Colonel Killigrew shouted, my dear widow, you are charming. My dear widow, you are looking charming. Means not only the physical effect was being produced by this liquid, even mental effect was also being produced, and Colonel Killigrew, he just felt young again. And as we are being told earlier that all these 3 gentlemen have been in love with this lady when they were young. So he said, my dear lady, you are looking great. Who has been looking towards the face of the widow for a time, and from that face the marks of age were being removed or being lifted in a manner as the sunshine removes the darkness from the earth. The fair widow knew of old that Colonel Killigrew's compliments were not always measured by sober truth, so she started up and ran to the mirror, still dreading that the ugly visage of an old woman would meet her gaze. And this lady, Widow Wycherley, she knew this thing since ages, since again her young days, that the remarks or the praising words of Colonel Killigrew were not always true. Means he just trying to make her happy, and that's why he's using, or he has used such words. So she, not believing Colonel Killigrew's words, runs herself to the mirror, and she was hoping that when she will see herself in the mirror, then she will see, or she will witness that face, that old face of herself, है ना. वो जो विडो थी वो, बिकॉज कर्नल किलिग्रू जो थे वो चीज़ों को बढ़ा चढ़ा के कहने की उनकी आदत थी, इसलिए वो शी न्यू दिस थिंग दैट दे माइट नॉट बी ट्रू, है ना. उनकी सत्यता पे उसे ज़्यादा विश्वास नहीं था, इसलिए शी रैन टू द मिरर, इसलिए वो खुद मिरर दर्पण की तरफ दौड़ के गई ताकि वो अपना चेहरा देख सके. एंड व्हेन शी डू दिस, है ना, जब वो मिरर के पास गई और अपना चेहरा देखा, उससे पहले व्हाट शी होप्ड, वो क्या उम्मीद कर रही थी, दैट शी विल सी दैट old face of a woman again. Meanwhile, the three gentlemen behaved in such a manner as proved that the water of the fountain of youth possessed some intoxicating qualities. And meanwhile means they were four. So the one, the lady, she has gone to the mirror, and the three other persons of the company, those three old gentlemen, means so civilized they were now, but now they behaved in such a manner as if the liquid had some intoxicating qualities, है ना, जैसे कोई नशे वाला जो एलिमेंट है वो उसमें हो, इस तरह से वो बिहेव अब कर रहे थे. unless indeed their exhilaration of spirits were merely a lightsome dizziness caused by the sudden removal of the weight of years. That seemed to be an intoxicating effect in it, but the writer says that perhaps might be the reason that the burden of the ages, burden of the years have been lifted from them, है ना. उनके सिर पे, उनकी बॉडी पे जो इतने वर्षों का जो बर्डन था वो हटा दिया गया था, एंड दैट माइट बी द रीजन व्हाई दे वर बिहेविंग इन दिस मैनर. Mr. Gascoigne's mind seemed to run on political topics, but whether relating to the past, present, or future could not easily be determined. Mr. Gascoigne, the failed politician, now he again started to discuss about those political affairs. But what he was talking, which political event, which political thing he is talking about, it cannot be discerned. Means he is talking in such a mixed up or in such a confused way that it is difficult to understand that whether he is talking about the present political status, the past political status, or he is making some future political plans. It was not easily discernible. Since the same ideas and phrases have been in vogue these 50 years, because the ideas, the phrases, the words which he is speaking, they have been in the fashion for these 50 years. So we cannot consider them that whether they are relating to the present or the past or the future. Now he rattled forth full-throated sentences about patriotism, national glories, and the peoples. Right. Now means once, कभी वो ये बोल रहा है, कभी ये बोल रहा है. Now he is speaking about sentences about patriotism. कभी वो पूरे जोश के साथ patriotism की बात कर रहा है, राष्ट्रीय सम्मान की बात कर रहा है, नेशनल ग्लोरी की बात कर रहा है, एंड द पीपल्स राइट, और लोगों के अधिकार की बात कर रहा है. नाउ मतलब अगले पल, नाउ ही मटर्ड सम पेरिलस स्टफ और अदर, और अगले ही क्षण मतलब अगले ही पल दूसरी बार वो क्या कर रहा है, कोई ऐसी पेरिलस बातें कर रहा है, मतलब नुकसानदायक दुर्घटना पतन की बातें कर रहा है, विनाश की बातें कर रहा है। In a sly and doubtful whisper, so cautiously that even his own conscience could scarcely catch the secret. And वो जो ये पतन की बातें कर रहा है, जो विनाश की बातें कर रहा है, he is speaking them in such a low tones, in such a whispering tones that even he himself was perhaps not able to listen them. And now again he speak in measured accents and a deeply differential tone. And again फिर से एक बहुत ही मतलब नपीतुली रूप में, एक मेजर्ड एक्सेंट में और डिफरेंशियल टोन में, रेस्पेक्टेड टोन में वो फिर से बोलना शुरू करता है, एज इफ ए रॉयल ईयर वर लिसनिंग टू हिज वेल टू, एज इफ सम रॉयल ईयर इज लिसनिंग टू हिज वेल टर्न्ड पीरियड्स, है ना, मतलब और अगले ही पल वो इतना सोबर और इतना अच्छे तरीके से बात कर रहा है जैसे कि कोई रॉयल फ्रेंड जो है, रॉयल ईयर यानी कोई राज परिवार का सदस्य उसकी बात को सुन रहा हो। मतलब लुक एट द वे इन विच ही इज स्पीकिंग, वंस ही स्पीक्स इन अ वेरी पैट्रियोटिक मैनर, है ना, एक बहुत ही देशभक्त रूप से, नेशनल ग्लोरी के रूप में, और ऐसे बात कर रहा है, अगले ही पल वो जो है वो विनाश की और प्रलय की बातें कर रहा है इन वेरी मफल्ड टोन्स, एंड उसके अगले ही पल वो बहुत ही डिग्निफाइड, बहुत ही सम्माननीय रूप से बात कर रहा है, एज इफ सम रॉयल पर्सन इज hearing him. Colonel Killigrew all this time had been trolling forth a jolly battle song, or Colonel Killigrew, he is just singing a battle song and ringing his glass in symphony with the chorus while his eyes wandered towards the buxom figure of the widow Wycherley. और again वो जो है अपने ग्लास को एज ए कोरस यूज कर रहा है, उसको वो टैप करते हुए ट्यूनिंग कर रहे हैं, मुस्कुराते बजा रहे हैं उस ग्लास को, है ना, एक म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट के रूप में ट्रीट कर रहे हैं उस ग्लास को, एंड लुकिंग टुवर्ड्स द बक्सम फिगर ऑफ विडो वाइचरली, और मीनवाइल उनकी जो नजरें वो कहाँ हैं, विडो वाइचरली पे टिकी हुई है। ऑन द अदर साइड ऑफ द टेबल मिस्टर मैडबोर्न वाज इन्वॉल्व्ड इन ए कैलकुलेशन ऑफ डॉलर्स एंड सेंट्स, और दूसरी तरफ जो बिजनेसमैन थे, जो व्यापारी थे मैडबोर्न, वो क्या कर रहे हैं, ही इज बिजी इन द कैलकुलेशन ऑफ डॉलर्स एंड सेंट्स with which was strangely intermingled a project for supplying the East Indies with ice by harnessing a team of whales to the polar iceberg. And he was also making a plan of supplying ice to the West Indies, and how, by harnessing, by training a team of whales to the पोलर आइसबर्ग्स, जो पोल्स पे जो आइसबर्ग है ना, नॉर्थ पोल साउथ पोल पे, उन आइसबर्ग्स को वो वहाँ से काट के, वहाँ से तोड़ के, और उनको वेस्ट इंडीज को सप्लाई करना चाहता है। दिस इज व्हाट ही इज प्लानिंग और मेकिंग ए प्लान। सो नाउ लुक एट द डिफरेंस ऑफ दैट liquid, that water from the fountain of youth, that not only their physical appearance have changed, but even their spirits, even their mind, even their soul has become young again, and they started doing all those things which they used to do in their young age, है ना। old age में क्या होता है, we have that spiritual bend of our mind, means we just lose interest in whether it is political, whether it is economics, whether it is wars, है ना। यंग एज में जब पर्सन होता है, कि यंग सोल्जर जो होता है वो वार की बातें करता है, वो लड़ाई पसंद करता है, बट व्हेन ही ग्रोज ओल्ड, लेकिन जब वो बूढ़ा हो जाता है तब वो क्या बात करता है, ही टॉक्स अबाउट पीस, तब वो शांति की बात करता है ना, तब वो युद्ध को अवॉइड करने की बात करता है। तो दिस इज व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन यंग एंड ओल्ड। बट हियर, due to the effect of that liquid, they have again started to talk about those same things which they used to talk while they were young. So this is it for the day. Thank you.